Hi guys, Bryn at BWS TT. As you can probably tell from the name of the channel and the workshop that is full of TTs, I only work on the Audi TT Mark 1. I specialise in it, and I'm putting together some nice simple videos for you on how to do some very basic jobs on your Audi TT. Now I've already got close to 100 videos out there on some more complicated things, but this current series that I'm doing is just dedicated to nice simple fixes just to keep you on the road. And to, if you've never worked on your car before, to maybe, get your hands a little bit dirty and get involved. So stick around and hopefully this is going to be useful for you. You should all be aware that before a long road trip, you need to check your fluid levels and check your tyres and check your lights and make sure the car is in a roadworthy condition before you set out. What does that mean? Let's have a look. So we've got the bonnet release down here, driver's side, pull the handle. And put your fingers under here. Flip that bit there. Pull the bonnet up. And you'll have different covers, different things. These cars all have different things done to them. But the key thing is you'll have a dipstick here. You'll have an orange handle. So we're going to pull this out. So we need to give it a wipe. Now you might be thinking, Bryn, just put the phone on a stand and use two hands and do the job. No, I'm not gonna. The whole point of these is I'm doing these jobs one-handed so that you can see how easy it is. If I can do it one-handed, you can do it two-handed. Anyway, so put the dipstick back in there, pull it out, and we're gonna have a look at the hatchings. And we are within the hatchings. So we're actually sort of halfway through the hatchings on this one, you can see. And so the hatchings represent the minimum and the maximum level for the oil. So halfway between the two, not a problem at all. Now we're doing this when the car has been sat for a while and all the level has drained down to the bottom of the engine. So there's no point in starting the car up, turning it off and quickly checking the oil level. It's going to be wrong because all the oil is still at the top and draining back down. So that's why we check when it's been sat for a while. So we need to check the coolant level. If we look at this angle here, we can see that again we're in the hatchings. We're between minimum and maximum, so that's not a problem at all. Again, we're checking this when the car has been sat for a while. Don't check when the car is hot, because when it's hot, the coolant expands. That's why that's called an expansion tank. Okay, so just check the level when the car's been sat. So if you're going out for a long journey, first thing, perfect time to check. So we've checked the fluid levels that we can check, or have we? There's another one that we can check. Now, it's a little bit more tricky. This is the brake fluid level. Now, I'm going to level with you. I don't know anyone that checks the brake fluid level. And if it was easy to see, I'd say, yeah, check it all the time. But it's not easy to see at all. Now, if you've got little hands and you can fit in there, give that a clean off. Fit your hand in there and you can unscrew it. Like so. And you can lift it out and you can get a rough idea of the level. But look how tricky this is to get to. Yeah, and we can see there's fluid in there. There's not a problem at all. All right. If that was right down at the bottom, you'd maybe think, yeah, that needs topping off. And the brake fluid level, I'm just going to try and do this up while I'm chatting to you. The brake fluid level shouldn't really change. It will, I mean, as your brake pads wear down over time, the pistons are in a more advanced position across the car. The brake fluid level will go down, but then when you get your pads and discs changed, it should go back up to the start point. And the system is designed in such a way that it's got enough in the reservoir. It's a sealed system, so it shouldn't just lose any, and it should have enough to cope with the pads wearing out. But yeah, if it needs topping off, top it off with some appropriate .4 fluid. That's about it for levels. So then you're going to want to check lights and things like that. Now, I shouldn't really need to tell you what to do with this, but let's just make sure we're all on the same page here. Check the indicators. Walk around the car. Put the lights on. Check that all your bulbs light up. But one good thing about the TT is that it will tell us if we've got a bulb out. It will tell us on the dash. So yeah, as long as you've got no lights on the dash, then your lights should be working on the car. And then the last thing to do is just give your tyres a check. Now, you're not going to be jacking the car up before you go on a long journey. You're not going to be doing things like that, but you can look at the car from different angles. So you can see from here, can't really see much, but I can dig my finger in and I know there's lots of tread there. and I can see that there's no weird bulges. Now, I can't really check the inside very easily. I could lie down on the floor and have a look like this. You know, we can get down and we can have a look inside. That's about all we can do. And you can see, you know, that's your sort of angle to see from the inside. But what we can do is, while we're down this low, we can make sure that the inside edge isn't severely worn. And then what we can do is we can turn the front wheels side to side, and we can see the inside edge of those, and just make sure they're not excessively worn on the inside. So just turn the wheel, and we can see we've got plenty of tread, and we can see that it's not excessively worn on the inside. And we can go round to the other side, and again we can see that that is loads of tread on there. Okay. Now you should have minimal 1.6 tread depth. What does that look like? Well, so here there's a little block, and that sticks up 1.6 mil from the bottom of the tread. At that point, your tyre is illegal. So yeah, make sure you've got good tread depth across the whole tyre. If in doubt, take it to a tyre specialist. And if you can see a big bulge on the inside of your tyre, please don't drive it, because if that blows out, you're going to know about it. All right, it's going to cause you issues. So all that done, bonnet down, you can go for a drive. Now I would say there's lots of different schools of thoughts on this. Certainly if you're going to be doing a trip from London to Scotland, give it a check. If you pop into the shops, maybe don't give it a check. Yeah, maybe give it a check once a month if you're using the car regularly. If you're doing 300 miles a day, maybe check it once a week. Yeah, so just use your best judgment on that. But certainly if you rarely use the car, your oil level isn't going to change. If you're doing 20 miles on a Sunday once every 3 months, your oil level really isn't going to change. So, you know, you're not going to be checking that every week, because where's it going to have gone? Okay, so just use your own judgment on that. So hopefully that's given you a rough idea of things that you need to be looking out for, just to keep yourself safe, keep the car in good working order. If there's any questions about anything, if there's any other things that you want to check, fire them down below. I'm happy to make more videos about whatever you ask me. So yeah, until next time, I'll see you later. Cheers, guys.